Hello, my name is Allison Adamiec, and I am your student's Algebra 2 teacher. I know you're probably watching a ton of these videos, so I'm hoping to make my back to school night of remote learning kind of brief for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Just a little bit of information about me. This is my 7th year teaching here at East. I love East. I got my undergrad in mathematics education and secondary education at Marquette University. I also hold 2 masters in educational technology, so I'm really utilizing those right now with remote learning. I'm married and I have a baby due in October. We are not sure the gender yet, so my planning portion of me is very stressed, but we're just very excited to have a healthy baby in October. Last thing is that I love math, but I also love helping students. I know math is not every student's favorite subject, so I'm just looking forward to maybe helping them see some success in mathematics and see that it's not too bad, that they can actually do it. So that's kind of my goal of the school every school year. For our class, Algebra 2, students will need a spiral notebook. We do take notes, and it's kind of nice to have their notes all in one place, and I did remind them of this and try to remind them every time we take notes. They are going to need a pen or a pencil to take notes. Sometimes we do practice problems in class, so they're going to write them in their notes, so just having access to that is extremely helpful. I did send an email about a graphing calculator, the TI-84. You will see that right down here. I did talk to the students, and majority of them have them, which is awesome. If you are not looking to buy an $80 calculator, $90 calculator, because that's very expensive, please just email me and I can get you a form to rent one from the school. They still have them. You just have to go to the school and pick it up. It's super easy. And then lastly, they need a Chromebook or other personal device, which I feel like with remote learning is kind of standard just because they need access to the class. For Algebra 2, we use Google Classroom, and all the students are on Google Classroom now. What they will find on Google Classroom is a weekly calendar, which you'll see down here. In the weekly calendar, I post the topics that we'll be learning as well as the homework for the night. Then every day, there's an agenda. So I go over what topics we're learning and then also the homework for that evening. Also in the agenda is a video explanation of the topics that I go over in class. And it's a video that I have created myself. So it's actually the problems that we went over in class. So if a student is ever sick or they have tech issues, they can always come here to see what we actually learned in class that day. Also, every week there's an ALEX homework assignment. ALEX is our new math program. It's very responsive to students. So if a student is getting a problem wrong, it takes them back to learning mode to help them and support them in learning that problem. And then also, if a student is kind of excelling, they'll start to give them more challenging problems to challenge them. So it's very responsive to the students. Every week we have a homework assignment that's assigned on Tuesday, and then it's not due until the following Monday at midnight. And it's usually between 10 and 15 problems. What we like about giving students a week is that there's plenty of time to come to me to ask questions in class, but also I know that they have so many other things that they're dealing with right now. So giving them a week kind of allows them to find time in their day and their week in order to be able to complete the assignment. So Google Classroom has a ton of great information. If you want to check it out, your student can invite you to be part of the Google Classroom, or you can say, hey, show me your Google Classroom, and they can show it to you. So math help is very important during remote learning. The first place I always suggest students to get math help is during my office hours, which are on even and odd days, so usually Tuesday through Friday. I'm available from 7:20 to 8:15. I can work individually with students, with a small group of students. I try to keep Algebra 2 students together and Algebra 1 students separately. Don't want to scare the Algebra 1 students, but I think it's just better. So I do like to have students email me if they are going to be coming to office hours so that I can find them a time within that period, so that they can either be working independently with me or they can be working in a small group that's Algebra 2. I know it's very early in the morning for some students, so if after school works better for your student, they can also email me and let me know that they would like to work after school. The reason why I say by appointment is sometimes I have meetings after school, so I want to make sure I'm available for them and can find a time for them. So if they just email me and let me know, hey, I would like to get some math help after school, no problem, we'll find a time. Also, my off periods are 2nd, 5th, and 6th, which I know sometimes lines up with other students and sometimes it doesn't. So those periods are also available as well. We do have our math resource room, which is a certified math teacher, helps kids with their homework, any topics that they're struggling with. So if office hours doesn't work, after school doesn't work, 2nd, 5th, and 6th doesn't work, they can go to the math resource room and I can send them the link for that. Those are going to be class periods 4, 5, 6, and 7. So if their lunch happens to fall in one of those periods and they want to work with a math teacher and I'm not off, we do have that available for students as well. Last, and this is kind of a last resort, if none of those things work, I do also have a YouTube video help link. It's linked on the Google Classroom. It is all the topics that we go over in class. And again, those are videos that I've created of how I teach the topics of problems that they're going to see. So they can watch those videos if they have a quick question. But I try and use those as a last resort because I do want to be helping the students kind of firsthand. Make sure that I'm correcting any misconceptions and any errors so that they're not moving ahead. We're all kind of in this together, so I want to make sure that I'm there for the students. How will I support your student? So I am sending weekly check-ins for missing assignments, and you might have already gotten an email from me where you're included on that, so I am including parents. The biggest feedback that I got from spring was that students kind of got lost in all the assignments and when everything was due. So I think these weekly check-ins are helpful to help not let kids kind of fall so deep so that they can't kind of swim to the surface. 1 or 2 assignments that they might be missing, they can make those up pretty quickly. I also do check-ins during class for understanding. We are utilizing programs where I can monitor students' progress as they're going through the problems. So that's very helpful so I can correct those misconceptions there. Also, if a student isn't doing the work, I can call them out during class to make sure that they're still there and not playing video games or anything like that. If your student ever misses class, I can set up a meeting with them. I try and email them to let them know what we did. There's also Google Classroom for them to check as well. As soon as I see a student starting to fall behind, I'm going to make sure that I am stepping in. Again, remote learning is challenging for all of us. I know that students will find it challenging, and so any way that I can support them, I'm going to try. And also, if you are concerned, please email me. Like I said, I usually am already stepping in at that point, but if you're starting to see concerns, please let me know. We're all kind of in this together. It's challenging being behind a computer screen, but as much as we can all work together, I think we'll be able to find success. How to contact me? Email is probably going to be the best way. I'm more than happy to call you if you just send me an email, say, hey, can we chat on the phone? I know sometimes on the phone is a lot easier to kind of understand what's going on, but the first thing that I would say would be easiest would just be to email me if you want me to call you. I'm not actually in the building, but if you do call my phone number, it does come to my email. So I will probably email you back to set up a time so that we're not kind of missing each other, because I know school hours are very different than business hours. So go ahead and give me a phone call and we can set up a time to talk. I am very accessible not only to you, but to also to my students. So anytime you email me, I'm going to respond within 24 hours. It's usually way less than that, but sometimes, as we get kind of further into the school year, more things pop up. So it will be responded to within 24 hours. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and learn more about me and about our class. Again, if you ever have any questions, concerns, please just email or call me. Again, we're all in this together, so whatever I can do to make this school year successful for your students, I am all ears. It's a learning experience for all of us, so we're going to get through this together. I hope we have a great year, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you.